Good morning. How is everybody this morning? I just closed the door from outside for a few minutes to do daily devotional, and Astra let me know that she was not happy with that because, I closed it because there was a helicopter and an airplane and the train, and we live right next to all the things. Anyway, today we're going to talk about breath, and the reason we're going to talk about breath for daily devotional is that breath is very important to me. Of all the things when I study spirituality or when I study meditations or exercises or any of the things that I've studied over the years, one of the things that I am most passionate about is deep breathing, breath work. And there's a reason for that physiologically. One, I have asthma. So breathing is very important to me because there have been times in my life that I literally have had no air. And if you've never experienced it, I cannot express to you how terrifying it is to wake up out of a sound sleep and not be able to breathe, or being in the middle of something and then all of a sudden recognize that you have not enough oxygen to your brain. Now, when I talk about it in relation to breath work with spirituality, one of the things that I touch on when I teach on this is that in many cultures, breath is understood to be when the soul enters the body at first breath. When I do readings for people and we talk about souls and life paths, etc., every single guide, every single angel, every single message from above is the soul does not enter the body until first breath. And there are cases where there is no soul for that body. So breath is on a spiritual side of things, breath is very important. Breath is a metaphor for divinity. It's invisible, like you can't see your breath, right? Of course, unless it's cold, whatever. Our thoughts happen, they are connected with the element of air. Thoughts reside in the air when people talk about thinking, and traditionally, before we knew a whole lot about brains, etc., there's a whole lot of cultural and spiritual connection to the element of air. Air is what you breathe in. That's where your thoughts are. It's not a tangible thing, right? It's ethereal even. Inspiration comes from breath. When you oxygenate, I think of it this way when I describe it to my students, is that your body is a huge hydroelectric plant, and breath is one of the elements that keeps your hydroelectric plant working properly. And breath is also connected to your sense of smell, and smell is considered one of the more accurate and faithful senses in connection to memory. And Astra wants to be part of the conversation. Astra, come over here, baby. Dynamic breathing takes the rhythm of your breath, can calm your heart, it can calm your blood pressure. It can give you that foundation for an intimate connection with the divine, with your guides. It helps you with connection. Yes, girl. She's just very excited. So Astra, come here. I'm sorry, guys. This is what happens when you do a live video. So one of the things that I do in the morning when I do my journaling is I do what I call my 3 breaths of grounding, 3 breaths of centering. So I literally sit in my comfy chair and I breathe in deeply from my diaphragm, fill everything up, and then I hold the top for a count of 3, and then I release. And I do that 3 times. And that, some people do 6, some people do 9, some people do 13. It just all kind of depends on what your favorite number is, what you feel centers you. 3 has always been my go-to. I can always tell if I need more. Sometimes I do need a couple extra breaths to connect me in because I've been really disconnected or I don't feel very good. Sometimes when I don't feel good, I'll do 9 or 12. I do them in sets of 3. Not everybody does. It kind of is what suits you. One of the nice things about breath is that it keeps your mind also from wandering so much. Like, that's the other reason I only do 3 normally, is that by the 3rd breath, I'm centered, I'm focused. And if I do more than that, my mind just kind of goes off in 50 different directions. And then by the time I'm done breathing, I've already thought of 500 other things that I could write about in my journal, or really cool ideas, or what am I doing later today. The 3 deep breathing is the mindfulness centering. And then when I'm done with my journaling and done with daily devotions, when I'm done with it all, I do another 3 good breaths. And the basic physiological things that it does, lowering your blood pressure, helping you remain calm. It can help with anxiety, oxygenates the blood that's going to your heart and to your brain. It gives you another piece of your fuel. Your body cannot operate without oxygen. It just cannot. There are things that you have to have, right? You have to have water, you have to have oxygen, you have to have food. But you can live without food, right, for a while. But if you don't have water and oxygen, those things don't go well, right? If you don't have the electricity in your body, if your body's hydroelectric plant doesn't have water and oxygen to make the electrical current connections work, you don't have life either. Yes. What? She's very, what is it? I think she's still mad because the door is closed. I will open the door in a minute. Can I finish? We have discussions like this all the time. Anyway, if you think of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, right? You are earth. You are the flesh sac. You represent earth. Air, oxygen. Fire, electricity. Water. And then the spirit is your soul. So whatever helps you understand the meaning of breath and the connection, whatever suits you. But I will tell you from my perspective that when you have breath, when you have centered yourself with breath, your brain works better, you have more clarity, you feel better. And I have the kind of asthma that I don't wheeze. So I don't have like a telltale sign that, oh, there's a problem. Sometimes I cough. It's a real barking cough. Sometimes I just don't have enough oxygen. Like, I literally just start turning blue. I get a little spacey, like, is there something wrong with you? And I get a little blue around the mouth. People have told me I get really, really pale and I don't look so hot. Hard for me to tell from the inside. But that's the kind of asthma I have. I don't have something that says, hey, you're having an asthma attack. Your chest is tight. You're not getting enough oxygen. I just don't get enough oxygen. Which is the other reason that I've been struggling with getting better, is that I've had pneumonia and COVID, and I have asthma, and I don't have an asthma that says, hey, you have a problem. So as I think about it, I cough. So breath in, breath is so important. Breath in and breath out. And I really do. I'll demonstrate. This is what I do. Just feels really good. Just really does. I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. I recommend doing it that way, but whatever suits you, whatever brings you bliss. And that's daily devotion today. Today I focused on breath. I did breath work. I actually did about a 15-minute breath work exercise this morning, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to share that with y'all. Not the whole exercise, because that's a long thing, but kind of the preliminary. And now I'm going to go do my tunic forks. Have a beautiful day, and blessed be. Have a beautiful Tuesday.